Hello, this is Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back with another interesting topic in Vedic astrology today. And today we'll be talking about the nature of the mind. Okay, I know we've been discussing about the zodiac signs, Aries through Pisces in our last video as to what organs each zodiac sign represent, and how we can use this concept towards medical astrology as to if there is a problem in a particular organ, how do we figure that out? So people who have not watched that, I would recommend please go and watch that video. It's very, very informative, and it can help you analyze a problem, a physical problem or a mental problem related to the body, okay, based on the characteristics or what zodiac sign represents a particular organ of the body based on the Kala Purusha Kundali, and of course as per the houses as well. But today we'll be talking about the mind, the stability of the mind, in terms of some people you'll see are more stable as far as their decision making process is concerned. Some people are not that stable, and some people are completely fickle-minded, okay, and some people are, you know, fixed in their thoughts and their beliefs. Some people want to take risks. They want to go out and experiment and experience new things and take risks, and that's very important because then, you know, we get into relationships on a day-to-day basis, you know, be it a relationship between a man and a woman who are planning to get into a wedlock, and these things are extremely important as to understanding as to what kind of a characteristic in terms of his thinking is that person of, you know, whether he's stable, whether he's just, you know, kind of has a wanderlust and wants to experiment new things and, you know, go ahead and keep experimenting with his life, or whether he's completely fickle-minded, because, you know, marriage is a very important decision, and in case, you know, there is a mismatch there could be problems. As far as going into a profession is concerned, even that also has to be taken into consideration in terms of as to whether somebody is being hired in a job is of stable mind, or whether he is completely fickle-minded, or he is not going to continue with the job for he is hired for, because, you know, a lot of investment could have been made on him, and after training that person and getting him ready for the job, all of a sudden he decides, okay, well, sorry, I don't think I'm made for this, so all the effort goes waste. So it's very, very important, you know, to understand as to whether a person is of a stable mind or unstable mind, fixed, you know, completely fickle in any kind of a relationships, be it a friendship. You know, you could invest a lot in a friendship and then later on you realize that, oh my god, all my investment into this friendship has gone waste. So we'll discuss that through the zodiac sign as has been described in the ancient scriptures. And by the way, once again, I'm reminding you that all my videos are a direct reference to the ancient scriptures. It's not a figment of any imagination of any modern day astrologer or any kind of a fiction. So the ancient scriptures have described these 12 zodiac signs, or rather classified these 12 zodiac signs into movable, fixed, and dual signs, okay? And what has been described there is that Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, these four signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, which are actually the Kendra houses if you take the Kala Purusha Kundali or a Kala Purusha birth chart. So once again, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn are movable signs. Okay, easy to remember because imagine the Kala Purusha birth chart and look at the angle houses or the Kendra houses. They are the movable signs. Okay, and the next classification is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. That's the second house from the movable signs. So if the movable is Aries, then Taurus becomes the second classification. If the movable is Cancer, then Leo becomes the second classification. If the movable is Libra, as we have discussed, Scorpio becomes the third classification, and the movable is Capricorn, the Kendra. The next house to it, or the next sign, zodiac sign to it, which is Aquarius, becomes a fixed sign. Okay, so first we took movable. Look at the Kala, imagine a Kala Purusha birth chart in front of you. Kendra houses are movable, which is Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Then look at the Kala Purusha Kundli, or the Kala Purusha birth chart. Second house from the movable signs, or the second sign from the movable sign rather, becomes the fixed sign, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And the third sign from the movable becomes the dual signs, which is what? Which is Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So very easy to remember. Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, movable. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius are fixed. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces are of dual nature. They are called dual signs. And now it becomes very easy for us to understand once we have the birth chart of that person in front of us. Look at the ascendant, whether it falls in the movable sign, a fixed sign, or a dual sign. Okay, in the Kala Purusha birth chart, of course, which is the natural zodiac sign, the first house is ruled by Aries. It becomes a movable sign. But when you look at the birth chart, the ascendant may not be in a movable sign. It could be in a fixed sign, a movable sign, or a dual sign. Okay, so look at the ascendant of that birth chart and see whether it is a fixed sign, a movable sign, or a dual sign. In case it is a movable sign, then the person who is involved here is going to take more risks in life. He's going to go and experiment new things in life. He's going to wander or move to different distant places and try to earn his livelihood. And he pretty much gets success because he's more of a movable sign. Also look at the Lord of the Ascendant, not just the Ascendant, but the Lord of the Ascendant. Where it is placed. Is it placed in a movable sign, a fixed sign, or a dual sign? In case it's a movable sign, of course you know that he's going to go out and wander and look for other, livelihood in different places, experiment with his life, and he's going to be pretty much successful. And that's what you should recommend him as a good astrologer does to somebody who comes to you. Okay, so we are clear here that movable signs, first way to look at it is through the ascendant. The second way to look at it through the Lord of the Ascendant, where it is sitting, whether in a movable, fixed, or dual sign. And the third way is, generally if you see more planets sitting in a movable sign, he is of a movable nature, like what we have discussed. He's going to go to distant places and experiment and do well. Okay, so these are the three ways where you can this is the way you can kind of determine whether he's more influenced by movable signs, so his nature, his mental makeup is going to be more movable like, and his success will also come through that, being movable and trying and experimenting new things, like I said. Now the second classification which we discussed is the fixed sign, which is second zodiac to the movable signs, and we discussed that. The second classification is the second zodiac signs from the movable sign, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So once again, look at the ascendant, look at where the Lord of the Ascendant is placed, and look at if more planets are placed in the zodiac signs of a fixed sign, which we just discussed. Fixed star, once again, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So in case the Lagna or the ascendant is influenced by a fixed sign, or the Lord of the Ascendant is sitting in a fixed sign, or more planets in the birth chart are placed in a fixed sign, then his mental makeup is going to be of a fixed nature, that he will not like to, go and experiment with new things. He's going to be, kind of fixed as far as, his approach towards choosing a profession, a friend, or any kind of a relationship, a marriage partner, anything which he thinks is going to be of fixed nature. He's not going to change or move and experiment. But of course, in case once he changes his mind, then he will go ahead and change it, and it's going to be very difficult for him to, change once again what he has decided to. So it's not that they will not change, but more or less they'll try to be fixed in their approach, and in case they decide to, then they will change, and then again they will be fixed. It's not going to be easy to kind of pursue or convince them to change again. So the mental makeup is more of a fixed nature. Okay, they're less active, and they will be happy, and they will try to adjust with whatever they get as far as their profession, their life, their education, their relationships is concerned, unless something drastic happens and they have to make a change. So that's the kind of a nature these people will have. And then of course, once again, you can utilize this amazing knowledge which has been given to us by the ancient scriptures to decide as to what relationships you can get in, what kind of a person you can make a relationship with, or whether a person is suitable to a particular kind of a profession or not, whether to hire him or not if you're an employer, so on and so forth. So this knowledge can be used very effectively, knowing and understanding the nature of that person based on the nature of the zodiac signs, which has been given to us in the ancient scriptures, like a movable or a fixed or a dual nature. Now the most dangerous, the third classification is the most dangerous, okay, which is the dual nature, and they're extremely fickle-minded. Okay, and those are of course the third from the Kala Purusha Kundli, which is third from the movable sign, and the third from the movable sign, the third sign from the movable sign will be Gemini. Okay, and Gemini, and the third sign from Cancer will be what? 4, 5, 6. So Virgo. So Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. These will be movable signs. So once again, look at the ascendant and see if it's a movable sign. Look at the lord of the ascendant, whether it's sitting in a movable sign, and in the entire birth chart, see if more planets are sitting in a movable or a dual sign. We're talking about dual, I apologize. So the third classification is dual. So look at the ascendant if it's in a dual sign. Look at the lord of the ascendant if it's in a dual sign, and look at the birth chart itself, and if you see more planets in a dual sign, then of course this person is going to be extremely fickle-minded. He can change his mind at any point. He is most unreliable, I would say. Not that all will be, but generally a tendency is going to be a dual nature, fickle, whether to do this or that, and they can change their nature very quick. At one point you will see them in one color, and the other time you will see them in completely different color meaning his nature will be completely different, and people can get surprised as to, well, this person came across as something which I saw him a few days ago, and now he's completely different, he or she. And it's very dangerous to deal with people like these. So be very careful when you're dealing especially with dual signs, because they can have dual natures, so as to say. So this ancient science of astrology can give us good insights into whether to choose people and relationships by understanding the nature of that person. And I just showed you one technique as to first understanding what is a movable sign, what is a fixed sign, and what is a dual sign, and then trying to read the birth chart and see whether he's more influenced by a movable sign, a fixed sign, or a dual sign. Okay, so hopefully you did enjoy this video, and in the meanwhile I will recommend subscribe to my channel and check out my website. There is a link below, and I will see you with an interesting topic in Vedic astrology very soon. Goodbye.